What up, what up, what up? Good morning, everybody. Lonnie here, ChartsNLabs, coming to you on Tuesday the 3rd. Uh, I want to get you the video of me actually going through my trade today. I know that was what I was doing for a while, and then I kind of got off that, being kind of distracted with some other stuff going on in the morning. Yesterday, I ended up making all my trades off camera and then coming back and recapping them for you guys afterwards. So again, this is kind of just my day through scene. We come here, we read up on what's kind of driving the market. I typically have Bloomberg on because I like to follow them and get a little bit of an international perspective. And I normally listen to, you could listen to anybody. You could do the CNBC or the Fox Business or Bloomberg or whoever you have that has it. I'm not listening for specific data. I'm listening for tone and direction that they seem to be pushing. I use the media for the psychology aspect of the trading. In which way do they want people to look to buy and get that bias? And pre-market today was there was a lot, a little bit of a push for excitement and a draw up. And if you look at our opening 15-minute candle, we actually, so let me first, this was an old one, but I think this is going to be a range that we're going to be in again. So I'm actually going to leave, no, I'm going to delete it. We're going to get this clean. We're going to remove all drawings. So the 15-minute candle is our opening range that we're going to set. And we come here, horizontal line, or horizontal ray, I'm sorry. And we set it off that one. And then the bottom. And then we switch to the 5-minute candle. And now we wait for a close outside of this range to show us the direction. That's what we're looking for. I think there's going to be a draw to this line, and I kind of wish that I was in a position right now to play for this upside retest, as I think it's going to at least come back here into the mid-range, but likely going to test the top range. But that would be me more guessing than anything. So let's get back into what happened this morning and what's kind of driving the market. PayPal absolutely sucked on their earnings, but Palantir absolutely killed it on their earnings. So there's a little bit of a text miss. NXP Semiconductors slipping 5% pre-market despite a beat, reflecting concerns around segment mix and near-term demand. Intel's running again they are getting a focus on memory, which is in high demand. AI demand still, data center demand still, macro US futures edged higher, and earnings taking center stage. SpaceX acquisition of XAI headlines tech, and related Musk sector rotation continues. AI Teradyne was up 20%, Palantir up 11%. A strong fundamental catalyst. PayPal down 15%, NXP down 5%. So a little bit of a mixed morning for everybody, and we are pulling back to that middle. This is where you can make big money in this kind of volatility and this kind of pullbacks. Those 20%, 15% movers are going to push these indices around. AMD had a big opening and then they're coming down. We looked and their max pain is 240 this week for contracts, which is down at this level. And their earnings is today after the bell, so shall be interesting. Intel had their big rip up. Their max pain is set at 45. The Apple rumors are getting hot. Apple rumors are getting hot, and we have the memory push, which is good. They've been so focused on the CPU, and really the memory side of the data centers is kind of spurning and churning and getting big. And the thing that kind of messed Intel up the biggest on their downside fall from back before COVID, from top computer part maker was the fact that they were slow to get into the AI push, and the AI chips. They stayed heavy on the CPU side and the consumer computer side, and their basic of just do what is just do what has been done, and now it definitely sounds like they are getting on the to get to the next level, you got to be more advanced and be more fluid in your direction. So they were pushing on this foundry. They're trying to be advanced. They got their A18 and their A14, which are both more advanced chips than what Taiwan Semi is making with a 2 nanometer node, and and they are 1.8 and 1.4, so they're making more advanced. The problem is that because they're more advanced, the yield is a little bit lower and they're more expensive, so it's hard to get everybody to switch over right now, but people are getting there, and we are also seeing them go into the memory side of things, so all good signs that way. I know I said, oh wow, they are coming back down a little bit. And establish this range. It could totally just range bound today and just stay in the middle. Also, just because this run up at yesterday from Friday close through Monday was all this, and then this level shows all this kind of top action, and then top action here in the afternoon. I'm going to put this kind of as a point of reference, and we're going to make this be a purple, that if there's a strong bounce here, I might look to scalp a position up to this, even though it's within the range bound part, and we might not break out because it's already coming up on at 7 o'clock, and typically by now you're looking for it, at least a test outside of the range. And this 623, 628, if we zoom out, we'll even just go to a 1 hour time frame on these candles. This is just a very strict kind of range that we're in with all this action. That it's going to be tough to see which way it wants to go, but we do have a little bit of a trend right here kind of building. So I'm going to do 2 rays. I'm going to do this one and that one. And then I'm going to kind of go from this one through, because we have a bunch of touch patterns here, there, and there, and there. And this one's going to be this baby blue. And that's right where we touch. So there's a good chance that this could be some support right there. So a breakdown of this would obviously cause that dropping. We do have some rounding in this. I'm going to go into, let's do 15-minute. So on this, my indicator, I don't have the TTM squeeze, but this is a momentum one, pointing down, MACD rounding down. It's kind of having to fight this trend. Wouldn't be surprised to see this come up and test this 628 level. So not a whole lot going on today in this market. Let's go in and check out some of my other names of what's going on. Silver jumped today. SLV up huge. They're going to be very volatile. Rocket Lab. NASA was in the news. Something happened with their helium tank failure, but Rocket Lab is the one who's kind of in talks with NASA or rumored with NASA and defense contracts for America to get some action. Irene is the Bitcoin mining data center. They are looking more poised to try to break out here. You know, bounce on that. So if we come over here, we are, looks like we're getting the breakdown below. Back to the 5 minute. Trying to retest that level. So we're either going to come up gradually here, or there's going to be a break. And if it breaks, it's got to find, I guess we'll do this. This is just going to be a very short-term one, so I'm going to do like this. And we'll make it be pink. Just because this shows here, the failed breakout attempts in here. It goes through the wick on this one. And we're within the body that we're, it's at the top of the body, a little bit off. I guess I could push this up a little bit. Right there. And there. There we go. Just to be on that green one. There we go. So it does go through the body of this one a little bit, because this was a little breakout open move, but it did honor this coming down, and we are going down below. Everybody's kind of breaking down now. Everybody's max pain was lower, so the run up this morning definitely. Dang, I don't know if I could see it going all the way down here. We're gonna make this one be green. This is gonna be our target zone. I had that little lotto call overnight. Should have sold it yesterday, but never got it. So looks like I was wrong on the retest up, and we did get the breakdown. So I'm a little bit late on this one. About a minute late. I'm gonna see if there's a little bit of, oh no, it's just drilling. Sheesh. This is gonna be a little bit of a momentum scalp. I'm probably only gonna go for about 10% just because I'm a little bit late on this. Let's see. Okay, we're just gonna go for 2 of these. Oh wow. There was 10% right there. Investing. I'm gonna try to sell these right away. I don't know if I want to hold them. Wait. Oh, I do have them. I'm just gonna sell these for 190. Oh wow. These are moving 1.95. We're gonna sell them quick. Sell 2. Could have got in at 150 if I was a little bit faster, but it was a little slow to grab it. Up 15%, 16%, at 190. Sweet. Oh, did I say 195? Should be, boom, 21%. Should have filled mine. I'm hoping it filled mine. I saw 195 a couple times. I saw 195 a couple times. It better have filled. No way, it didn't fill. Oh. Are we not gonna fill? What the heck? I saw 195. Oh, 2. Holy cow. Got my 21.5% on that at least. I think it was like 21 and a half. We are dropping. What happened on that? She's a beaut, I will say. Made my 50 bucks so far today. I should have put more into that one. Holy cow, that is going all the way down here. So now I'm going to look, do I want to play a bounce back call? Because that is a sharp drop. So something was released on the headlines, and Bloomberg is slacking over here. Even they're acting like they don't know. All right, so if this touches here and bounces, I'm going to play a call. That's kind of my thought. I don't think we're going to break under 619. That's a crazy level. Unless they say something that's telling us why everybody's scared. I don't know if Iran try to sink one of our ships. Don't touch the ships. Don't touch America's boats. So I kind of feel like we're going to get a bounce. Just kind of feel it. 620 is a good support level. We're going to play a call today. I like this number. 1.2. I'm going to grab 5 of them. I'm going to try it. If it gives them to me. And this is quick. Quick bounce. Quick bounce. Quick. Bing, bing. Alright, so we're going to look for a little level in here. Somewhere in here. You know, this little level, 621.63. Give me a little bounce for everybody. Let's check it out. Could we get a little 623 bounce? That would be huge. That would be a big, massive move. Down 8% on my position. I got in, and it went down more. We did go under 619. So I just want, that's 30%. Sure, we're going to look for $1. Even $1.44. Okay. Between $1.44 and $1.50 is what we're looking to sell for. That was a little bit bigger position than I probably wanted to play. But I want to get my sell order in right away. We're going to do 5 at 1.5 for now. And we're going to submit that. It's probably... Oof. My soul. This one's dropping. I think I definitely missed it. I think I definitely missed some news going on. What is happening? All the way down to that level. Man, I could have held my put all the way down to there. That would have been huge. And I wanted the bounce here, so I definitely entered early. And I entered early, and I didn't hold my put long enough. So that was a little bit of a mistake. I'm trying to play this bounce a little too early. I don't think it's going to go to 617. That's an old level on this chart. We're going to wait a little bit more for this MACD to curl. Oh, there, we're bouncing now. Okay. Back to green. What a turn. Should have bought more. Up 25%. Boom. 25%, 26%, and that should have been filled. So that's how you could play back and forth a little bit. The cool thing about these is if you get in this position, in a good position on an entry, again, I was a little bit early. I could have had a better. Oh, did it not fill? Why did that? It flashed my order and tricked me again. I don't know why those screens are like, there we go. It did fill. Just didn't warm up yet. So it did fill. Up $204 today so far. Up almost 10%. And I've only used half my capital. I'm still using cash account so that I can day trade unlimitedly with these small positions. So what I saw in that, so that you can kind of see it too, is this was a previous level that we saw multiple bounces at, and it's 619, 620. That's a round number. It likes to be defended. The 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, every 5 likes to be defended. So that's where I was playing that bounce. And this candle was a little bit sharp, and I haven't heard any news that really spurred that to earn that kind of thing. So that's why I looked for the bounce. And as soon as that momentum slowed, what level could we bounce at? Could have came all the way down here. That would have been bad for me. But I played on the 620 number, being that whole 0 or 5 number. And we played the bounce. It looks like I could have even been in longer on this call, and it would have gone up some more. I'm gonna try to play some more smaller positions, but this is how you preserve capital. Now that I have this account up, I used to be in, when I was a $300 to $500 account, every time I took a trade, I was risking my whole account. And then now that I got this into a, $2,000 account, and I've been putting, you can see I've been putting all my profits over here in TXE, kind of locking them up and keeping me from using them. And I'm glad TXE finally decided to run up a little bit, get back up into this 90 level, building some support right here. I like how this is flatlining, is building this base, but it's also slightly up and wanting to hold to the upside more than down. But putting all my profit over there means that I'm not able to put it at risk over here. But I also wanted to be able to get this day trading account up to a sizable position that allows me to make some decent daily profits. And that's why I didn't take everything over there and keep my day trading account at a $400 size, because then one loss would cripple you, and it would take too long to rebuild. So I let it build up. I started like splitting profits, and then now I'm probably going to keep this day trading account between the $2,000 and $3,000 number, just because to me, if I'm making 20% of that, those are $400 to $600 days, and I'm cool with that. And I'm going to keep building up my whatever's over that into TXE to be able to build that position up, and also I might have to take some of these out and go get myself a nice dinner, because it's kind of cool to get these wins and keep going. But this is a level right here. You see that this was down all the way down here at the Monday open was 630. So we're all the way back down at 630, and it was opened at 618.70. So 618.70 is getting close to where we're at now. So it's wanting to retest Monday's open. Just mixed in really. There's no India, world's second largest. There's a trade deal with India. Shipment midweek global prior says output is reported. Sugar rises for from 3-month low. Tighter supply chain on sugar. If you're a commodities trader. So this is interesting. Today was much more positive sentiment, and we went down. Monday was much more doom and gloom, and we went right up, and they almost mirror each other. So there's going to be a big play coming off this. I don't think it's going to drop down. This is the McDonald's arch. Normally these big sharp drops mixed with this kind of arched, when these hit, these fall. This is that lowercase h pattern, and whenever I see this, it looks like it's a huge shorting opportunity. Um, and that's why Monday looked like it was going to just fall. The bottom was going to fall out and it was going to go. And then they pushed it back up to match this kind of arch level in this 627. And there was some optimism and some hope that this thing was going to push into all-time highs up to this level. And right now, uh, floating at this 620 level, there's either going to be another call play coming up here, and the long wicks down. I think I'm going to wait for. I want it to go all the way to 621, and I don't know if it quite does. 621.30 is what it did last time on that one. And then this one barely made it to 621.07. These guys, this is getting lower and lower each time. It's wanting to test, but it's also getting tight like it wants to reverse. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, see, my buddy, I got in a couple puts over here, and they are. He better have taken profit. Got him in at 860 on these, and to sell him at 1050 would have been good profit. 1080 right now if he hasn't. I don't know if he's trying to hold for more. He's on AMD. It's right on this little support line, and you can see where these wicks came in right off this old line, and I drew this line a long time ago. I don't even know, all the way back here probably. Yeah, here. So we got the top of this one became the bottom of this one, and it's right on that level. So breaking this level would be very, very bad for them. Again, their max pain is 240, and their earnings is after hours today. So staying within that 240 range is likely. Could they test it today first and then have flat earnings? Maybe. Their contracts were just so expensive. Let me see if he sold it. Not a financial advisor, but I like to give my friends help. Sweet. He got pretty good on that one. He closed it at 11 on this one, and the high is 1160. It's currently sitting at 1120, but he got 27%. So glad he closed. Good job him. He's been doing really well learning these. Just kind of guiding him and kind of teaching him. He's trying to figure out why everything is dropping. AMD is going to probably go all the way to 240 today. I don't know if I'd buy calls on them at all. 618, this is drilling. I missed. Glad I scalped those calls and got out. That was a huge hit and split kind of thing. But this is looking pretty ugly. This is looking really ugly. QQQ, give me some news. What do we got? Greater clarity on the main risk to the market. FX dynamics shape global government bond outcomes. The only investing strategy. So none of those are anything crazy. Fed's Barkin says Fed is facing a different question now. With inflation above the target than the Greenspan-led Fed did in the 1990s. Productivity is in question. Barkin says a world of no job growth is uncomfortable, even if unemployment rate stays low. Oh, now we're going to be talking about data. Oh, Disney sucks. That's cool. Nobody likes Disney. Thanks for Marvel, but a bunch of pedophiles. Trying to buy the VU urges over 1% in rate cuts in 2026. Says underlying inflation is not a problem. Stock futures trade mix after U.S.-India trade deal. An upbeat Palantir earnings. Yeah. So this is one of the things where things look positive and are pointing to one direction, and the misdirection is because it doesn't go where you think it's going to go, kind of thing. You have to play the psychology of it, and there's liquidity below still to be farmed before the reversal. And if too many people are buying calls, the money will go the other direction. The market makers cannot operate at a loss, so that's where the max pain points are. I actually should get a subscription to one of these guys, but if you go to Google, what is the max pain for options on QQQ for 2/3? Options charts does it, has the max pain. Bar chart does it. Stock options max pain does it. Maxpain.com. So they're saying that it should be 630, 631 for today. This is based on yesterday's close, I believe, is how up to date this typically is. So that is not up to date. This just updated, and we're looking at 627. So that is a big run up to close the day, which makes me again lean to wanting to play on the call side to get that run up. So these guys are saying 627. We're going to go to somebody else's and see what they say. This is bar chart, and make sure that they're all the same. Max pain, volatility. 627. So it did come down from the 630. That must have been from yesterday. But they're definitely going to push this back up. So because of that, I am going to play, like I said, I'm going to play calls. I'm going to play max pain bias is what I'm going to call it. And going to be a bounce here. And be a little bit, even if it just comes up to 621. We're going to trade QQQ options. It's saying 627, which would be wild. So I'm just going to play 0.88 for 0.88. Submit. Not going to chase that. I'm probably going to miss that because that was already over my buy. Yep. Boom, got him. If this came back into play, that'd be wild. I'm going to just chalk this up as a loss, though, because this thing, I should have taken, I had like 10% on it yesterday, but it was a $44 play, and it was just a little gamble just to kind of say it would have to get all the way to 627. But even if it got there in the afternoon, 0. So the kind of a 10 a.m. 627 is a 16. I might just dump that, but we're gonna play for a low recovery on this. Playing max pain as a point of interest, and kind of that the oversell, the sell off was a little bit overdone. We're going to be down on this right now. And not a bad entry. I'm only down a little bit. I'm even now. I'm up. Even if we could just get back to 621-ish. 621 even. That's a 62% gain if it does it quickly. If it does it by 8 o'clock, that's a 50% gain. So just for fun, I'm going to set it. I like 140. We're just going to set it at 140. It's very ambitious. I might lower it once it gets going. But I have 4 at 1 point. I'm going to do 1.44 just for fun. Numbers, repeating numbers are just fun to have for me. And submit and investing. So we're up to $1, up to $1.02. We're moving. There we go. Nice. Let's get over here, and I mean, to get all the way back to the opening range is 623. At bottom of the opening range would be a huge move because of that huge move down and reverse that completely. I mean, we're going to talk about 623. It makes this a 238 move. We could even do, I mean, if it could get there by 822, we could sell for 222. That would be pretty crazy. Let's try it. Go for a big one. We could always come back. 144 seems like we're leaving a lot of bread on the table if this thing's gonna go to. Did I cancel it? Oh, gotta go to this one. Replace. This is gonna be a huge move if it hits. But cool. Not there right now. That's not. I mean, that's a big move. It's a possible move. Let's see. 625 is this point. You see this point right here, I come down and found some support. 622.82. I think that's kind of more the level that I want to see. Maybe even the 623.74. Of course, we're going down now because I got that call. This top right here, 621.80 is a safe kind of play if I want to get out. I don't want to be greedy. Don't be greedy, but I don't want to buy more. I'm cool with that position. I did hit 10. What did I see? 104. Was that my? That was 18% at 104, so I was close to the selling range. Almost got a little excited about that one coming all the way back. So let's look and find our real point. This one right here, 621.63, where these both came down and touched. Or this touch right here. We're going to set this 622.22. That's going to be our more realistic sell price, and that's why we have the 622. Assuming my returns, we're going to have this guy be 622.22. And we're going to say by 9 is 174. Okay, I like that. 174. We'll set that. That's a more realistic number. I'd hate to have 222 set and it get to 174 and then me not get it. So very ambitious trade here though. It's gone for over 100. It's about 100% actually. 1.76 is 100%. But we're gonna do 74. Review order. Submit. Right now, bid is 50. So we're dropping hard again. What? Bottom fell out. And the bottom fell out. So that's no good. This is supposed to be our support. This is our next level of support right down here at 616. Huh. Max Payne might have tricked us. Um, 622.41 is that level also. If we can get back to there. Oh, not that one. This one. What is that one? It is 622.44. I'm gonna make this one be, wait, that's a level that we want to see. Is it possible? Really big. It just feels like such a big overreaction. I haven't seen any big news saying anything directly other than like PayPal's miss and the semiconductors are a little shaky. Fed is calling for some stuff. To go to 627 would be absolutely wild. If it got all the way back up to here, I think this is calling the max pain point. Would be absolutely wild. This purple line in that area got anywhere close to that. There's a big green candle. Could have averaged down and got that thing at 50 cents. It's back to where we were. No tech, there we go. Palantir, JP Morgan, ExxonMobil, Home Depot, Pepsi. Big rotation out of tech today is what it looks like. Intel's holding steady. So, yeah, hopefully this recovers. I'm confident that it has a chance to recover. We're about even on this thing. We were up at one point today over $200. Still have $800 in my little piggy bank of trades. I'm not gonna full port this. Not gonna go crazy. So yeah, we're gonna kind of sit and watch QQQ. Try to find out what caused this super sharp drop in tech. I don't know what spurned it. It seems like an overreaction to me still. So part of me wants to grab one or two more just to get my average down a little bit more. But if I could get those 4 at 174 and not even have to risk this, 174 minus 88 times 4, that would be plus the 230. That would be a $600 day, and I wouldn't even have to risk everything, which is awesome. If you can avoid risking capital, always do that. So we're gonna let this ride for a little bit. I'm gonna let you guys hanging on to the balance of this trade, and we'll get a recap tomorrow, or maybe this afternoon I'll do another one. But yeah, those are some ways to play it both ways. Find those support zones, play those bounces, and take your profit when you get it. 20 to 30% is a great goal. This one I'm being a little ambitious on. We're trying to play the max pain theory, and we'll see how that goes. Trying to go for a big win. Like I said, I'm trying to not utilize this money, but if I have to, I might throw a little bit out somewhere and play some more, and see how that goes. So thanks for watching. If you watched this whole video, you're a superstar. But we'll get a recap tomorrow on this trade, and hope everybody's making money.